Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Haaniyah, and in this video, I would like to explain our continuing topic. It's about discourse and corpus. So we have 4 learning focus in here, but before I talk about more deep about discourse, before I talk more deeper about discourse and corpus, so I would like to explain a little bit about the background of corpus. So based on our reading material in the I Learned that Mr. Nafi gave, so in that reading material, it explained that in the past, many discourse studies only use a small text example, and the result is it's hard to generalize their finding, their finding. And there is a corpus. So corpus in linguistic is used like a larger text, like a whole text. Like a larger text is like a collection of a lot of text, so it's easier for us and also for the researchers at that time to understand how the patterns could reflect language use in real life. And a corpus is used, and usually a corpus is like a computer readable collection, whether it spoken or written language. And corpus also help researchers to find 3 points, if I'm not mistaken. So I think I will explain that in learning focus. So we go to our learning focus. We have 4 learning focus in this topic. The first one is what is corpus, type of corpus, English language corpus examples, and discourse, the corpus based on discourse studies. So I will go to the first learning focus. The first one is what is corpus? So corpus, if we take a look at the grammar, corpus is like a whole. It's like a whole text, like a systematic collection of spoken or written language from researchers or any author. So in this topic, in our material, corpus is like a big collection of text, like a lot of text. And corpus in here is like what I said before, is a corpus is a big collection of a text, like a big journal, and there's a subjournal in there. So corpus is a big collection of text that have a patterns to help us to see how that patterns could reflect how language is actually used in real life, and how language differs across genre and also context. And like based on the author in the reading material say that corpus should be representative because it have to represent or explain specific kind of language use, but some of corpus may be very specialized. For example, is like the online text, or the text that only have one person sources. So we have to really careful for generalized corpus. And corpus is typically analyzed by using a tools that called concordansers. Is a tools that in a computer, for example, when you have to search like a keywords and then you type for example maybe my name, when you type my name, and there is also a result with the like a complete context that explain the keywords. I think that's all about corpus. So we go on to the next learning focus. It is types of corpus. So corpus have 2 types. The first one is general and also specialized. General is, we know from the name, it's a general, it's like a usual. So general corpus, or the other name is a reference corpus. The corpus is for represent like a language, to represent language in broader sense. In a simple way, we can say that general corpus is kind of like a big collection of many different kind of English language that put together to see how language works in real life without any specific condition or situation or context. And the purpose of general corpus is to provide baseline. Baseline is like the natural, like the normal pattern of English language, to see how English are typically related to, like typically used, relate. Yeah, I think that's the. For example, with in general corpus, we could find it. For example, we could ask like how often do English speaker say ages, like shut off, like probably, or like maybe, or how often do English speakers say like the word like, or maybe uh, so like that. So, and also we find we could seeking like a collocation, for example for the ready material, how girl and lady, the collocation for girl and lady. So with general corpus, like we can search it in the maybe in newspaper or like a TV. So as we can see how a girl or lady have like a collocation but in general use. So general corpus could help researchers to find the meaning, but is a whole meaning, not in specific context. So the next is specialized corpus. Specialized corpus is different with general corpus, is focused on specific types of text or discourse situation. And we have, and for example, it is in when for example we have Mikase, we have, for example, oh, I remember. For example, like biological textbook or newspaper editorial or essay or journal or and we go on to the third learning focus. Third learning focus is about example, like English language example. English language example corpus. The first one is Mikase. Mikase is Michigan corpus of academic spoken English. So it focuses on spoken academic interaction, includes lectures, seminars, group studies, and also office hours. It study how often pages and discourse markers appears in conversation. The second one we have Base. Base is really same with Mikase, but it's UK version. But they study about speech rate and lexical density. Yeah. And the third one, if we have Bawe. Bawe is like British academic writing English corpus. So it focuses on written language, like a student essay or student assignment maybe, or student dissertation, and it's also include like the year or the name of the student. And the fourth one we have 2000, like TOEFL 2000, TOEFL 2000 academic, TOEFL 2000 English language, 2000 TOEFL 2000 language corpus. I think it's about the spoken and also written language, and it's found out that the like teaching in class is have more conversation than formal writing. And the fourth one we have LSWE is a Longman spoken and written English corpus, is a dictionary that have 40 million words, I think. 40 million words, or yeah, it's about 40 million, and it's contain a lot of like poetry, fiction, and anything else. And fourth one we have discourse and corpus. Corpus in discourse study is function too, because discourse only see like a small text example. So with corpus it could help because corpus see like the whole text, so it could help like, yeah, it could help to see social patterns. It could help patterns. It could social, how social meanings are built in academic writing, and also collocation. I think that's all I can explain. It's already 10 minutes, so wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.